Bruiser Bedlam, 1 hour of the meanest wrestling you're ever gonna see. I'm Dick the Bruiser, this is Bruiser Bedlam, and this is my friend Terry.
Thank you, Dick, and you certainly signed some of the super heavyweights today. On our opener, it'll be Moose Cholak, well over 400 pounds against 350-pound killer Kotch. Also, the Polynesian Wildman will wrestle today along with Prince Mama Mohammed, and he will see a tag team battle, Calypso Jim and Chris Carter against the Mad Russian Igor Zatkoff and his partner Crazy Dan.
Well, I'll tell you, anytime that you see my good buddy Yukon Moose Cholak, 425 pounds, 6'6", you're gonna see all the wrestling that you can stand. That moose is great.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Wrestling Association, in cooperation with International All-Star Championship Wrestling, presents another edition of Bruiser Bedlam Wrestling from the Michael Adray Sports Arena near Detroit.
Your next match, ladies and gentlemen, one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from Atlanta, Georgia, he weighs 425 pounds, Killer Kotch. And his opponent making his way to the ring, again from the Yukon, 456 pounds. Welcome, Yukon Moose.
And here we go, the battle of the super heavyweights here. Yukon Moose Cholak, 450 or 60 pounds against 425-pound Killer Kotch. And referee Al Bulldog Thomas signals for the bell, and we're off.
The moose was evidently burnt when he was in that match with Sud. He still got some white burns on his side of his face.
Moose pushes Kotch off into the corner. And we've got the battle of the big guys here, no doubt about it.
I say this, you see Moose was burnt when he had that match with Sud.
Yes, sometime back. Yeah. And the Moose throwing his weight around here and now throwing Mr. Kotch around.
Oh, I hope he didn't roll out here, Terry.
Yes, tossed him right on over.
Yeah,
last time we saw Kotch, he had a lot of problems with those suspenders.
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll have more control over his trunks this time. Kotch with the advantage now with the Moose in the corner, throws in a punch. Moose doesn't even feel it. Oh, look at that. Moose shows him how that's done. Real quick. Yukon Moose Cholak, beyond a doubt, the most powerful man ever to step into a ring. And that's why they call him the ninth wonder of the world. He laid a chop in on Kotch there that knocked him cuckoo.
Oh, he's good. That was straightening
down.
I swear, Terry, that when the Moose just got up, this guy was about 4 inches flatter.
Yeah, that's...
now watch. Look, his stomach's not near as big as it was.
Moose may have created a new diet fad here.
Well, I think maybe
El Squasho.
Maybe he had a rupture.
And the Moose trying to bring him around. I think he's out of it.
He actually went down about 4 inches, like an inflatable balloon.
I think our ringer probably also went down about 4 inches.
Well, that could be that. There's probably a hole under this.
Yeah, about a 4-inch indentation.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, the Killer Kotch is just out of it. Totally out of it. He's out cold.
I think, the Moose is a nice guy.
Moose is going to try to help him. Kotch is seeing stars as we take a look at things again here. Look at him. He's not any too coherent right there, obviously.
Now watch the stomach when Moose jumps on it.
Well, a man as big as Kotch, who's not in shape, and I really don't think he's in the greatest shape. Certainly, it's got to be a massive effort for him to even move. Back with the Polynesian Wildman in just a moment.
Miller Beer is bringing Bruiser Bedlam to downtown Toledo at the Hotel Sofitel. We're back again with a great lineup of stars on Sunday night, October the 5th at 8 o'clock. Advance tickets available at the Miller Country Store, all Shed locations, and at the lobby of the Hotel Sofitel. Quite an array of talent on that card. The Lebanese freedom fighter Mohammed Jihad Saib will meet Rick Sampson. Cowboy Rex Bodie to take on the Mad Russian Igor Zatkoff. Man Mountain Tyler faces Prince Mama Mohammed. You will see that Superfly match. The only way they can win this match is to Superfly their opponent off the top rope. It'll be El Bracero against the Polynesian Wildman. We've talked about the fact that there are no World Tag Team Champions. You will see champions crowned on Sunday, October the 5th. The rematch has been signed for Toledo. From Miller Beer, special guest referee Sam Botek Jr. as Chris Carter, the Spirit of America, and Calypso Jim face Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Ken for the World Tag Team Championship. And of course, we're all still in a state of shock over the great upset victory. Scott Recksteiner defeating the great Wojo last week on television. The return match also here in Toledo, Sunday, October 5th.
I've talked about all these people that are against us, and I'm not paranoid. That was a non-title match, first of all.
Now, wait a minute. I've heard you say that, and I've heard you say also many, many times you don't believe in non-title matches.
I've never said that before in my life. These TV guys, they come, that's where they cut their teeth, they get their experience. We know the promoter's going to throw in a ringer. They caught Wojo asleep, but they're not going to catch him asleep again. That's all I've got to say.
Wojo, maybe you were just a little bit overconfident, do you think, when you lost?
Maybe you're right. I did. I had him pinned 6 times. I jerked him up on the 2 count just to get a little more practice in with him. I knew the kid had big muscles. He's a bodybuilder, but most bodybuilders turn into one big cramp after 5 minutes. He'll turn into a cramp October 5th at the Sofitel. I knew he wrestled in college. I put college wrestlers over my knee and I spank them. But I tell you, at the Sofitel, not only am I going to give him a spanking, but I'm going to pin him, and I'm going to embarrass him in front of all those people. There'll be no overconfidence this time. That's my belt. It's rightfully my belt. It should not have been a title shot. And also, there was conspiracies. When I had him up in my backbreaker, he gave up 3 times. 3 times. The referee and the WWA conspired on this. He gave up. But
you'll see it Sunday, October the 5th at the Sofitel.
Ladies and gentlemen, for all you groups and organizations who want to raise funds for your treasury, we've told you before about Bruiser Bedlam. We still have many requests to put the address up. This is a fabulous way for you to raise that needed money. We bring all the stars you see here on Bruiser Bedlam right to your town or community and put on some excellent action matches. You want to find more about it? Or if you'd like to write to your favorite wrestler or perhaps to George Cannon and submit 5 questions for him to ask one of the wrestlers on Cannon's Corner, there's the address to reach us. Bruiser Bedlam, 151 West Jefferson, Suite 514 in Detroit. The zip code is 48226. We'd love to hear from you.
Your next match, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 fall with a 15-minute time limitation. Introducing first, in the corner to my left, from Greece, weighing 265 pounds, Nick Onassis. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, from the South Pacific, he weighs in at 258 pounds, the Polynesian Wildman.
What a mug on that guy, the Polynesian Wildman.
We haven't seen him for a couple weeks.
Isn't he starring Friday the 13th or Halloween the 17th or something?
No, actually, he's a good-looking guy. But
is he?
Oh, yeah. I've seen him with his hair pulled back. He's got a terrific head of hair, too.
I guess so. Onassis backs the Wildman out of the ropes. Polynesian Wildman, extremely agile, very, very well conditioned. And he is a master at professional wrestling. We see him many times bend the rules, break the rules, but don't let that fool you. This guy can wrestle hold for hold with the best of them.
He just returned here, Terry. He wrestled in Hawaii
I understand that, yeah.
About 4 days ago, and he's back in our area.
Took part in I guess he's quite, I don't know if he's popular or unpopular, but he's quite a big star in Hawaii.
Yeah, he's one of their top drawing cards.
Polynesian Wildman having a few problems in the early moments of this match. Nick Onassis, a man who equals him in height, maybe just a bit taller than Wildman. And a Wildman laid one in on him. He claims it was an open hand, knowing the Polynesian Wildman, and probably was a fist. The Wildman hurls him off the ropes, and he caught him with an elbow right across the throat. And he drops down again with an elbow across the chest. The Wildman could be setting him up for a pinfall here as he keeps dropping those elbows on Nick Onassis. Onassis a bit groggy at this point. Had a lot taken out of him by the big man. Polynesian Wildman is managed by Dr. Jerry Graham. And for reasons only known to the two of them, Graham does not accompany the Wildman out to ringside as he does all of his other chargers.
I think the Wildman's probably got the most mean potential of all the many managers.
Yeah, he is lean and he's mean. Lean, mean machine. Wildman with Nick Onassis here. And he laid another one in. Right into the throat of Onassis. Looked like a fist. And he puts those boots. Another one of the South Seas Island natives who wrestles barefoot. And uses those feet as dangerous weapons in there. Got the feet very, very well conditioned. Very, very tough. You wonder maybe why he doesn't run the risk of perhaps stepping on something and cutting open his feet. Well, the feet are so well conditioned that might not be possible.
I'd have to admit, if I was wrestling, I'd have to stomp him a couple times.
Yeah, that's true. That's one thing to going barefoot's going to work against you. And Onassis ready to whip him across the ring. The Irish whip. Onassis follows in and right into a boot. Or a foot, I guess I should say. And the tide turns again now. Scoop slam by Wildman.
He's going to jump on him.
Here comes the Superfly. He's going to go for it.
This is a super jump, boy.
And here he goes. And 260 pounds right on top of Onassis. And that is it. The 3 count goes in. Polynesian Wildman, relentless in his attack on Nick Onassis. Gained himself a convincing victory here.
Polynesian Wildman.
I would think that right there on your screen has got to be one of the top contenders for the World Heavyweight Championship belt held by Scott Rechsteiner.
Yeah.
Our amazing new champion, Scott Rechsteiner, still holding on to that belt as we talk to you now.
Yeah.
Certainly a great and proud representative of the WWA, but he will definitely have his work cut out for him with men just like this. The man ready to go for that Superfly. I don't know how the champion would stand up to the Superfly. The Wildman almost slipped, almost threw himself off there over the top ropes.
Yeah, he lit partially on one knee.
As the referee puts in the count of 3, your winner, the Polynesian Wildman. Graham's Gallery is coming up, fans.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the belts without a home, the WWA World Tag Team Championship belts. They'll find a home Sunday, October the 5th. Just one of the great events as Bruiser Bedlam returns to the Hotel Sofitel. That's Sunday, October the 5th at 8 o'clock. The match for the World Tag Team Championship. There are no champions at this point in time, pending the outcome of this bout at the Hotel Sofitel between Bulldog Don Kidd and Dr. Jerry Graham against Calypso Jim and Chris Carter. We can also tell you, though, several other of the great names on this outstanding, a stellar lineup of stars. You're going to see Mohammed Jihad Saad against Rick Sampson. Cowboy Rex Bodie meets the Russian Igor Zatkoff. Man Mountain Tyler faces Prince Mama Mohammed. The Superfly match. It's El Bracero facing off against the Polynesian Wildman, both masters of the Superfly. The only way the match can be won is when one of these men climbs to the top rope and superflies and then pins his opponent. That leads us up then, ladies and gentlemen, to that return match for the World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Scott Rechsteiner, the man who stunned and shocked the entire wrestling world when he upset the Great Wojo just a few weeks back. You will see Scott Rechsteiner and the Great Wojo in that contractual return match at the Hotel Sofitel Sunday, October the 5th. Joining me now, the former World Tag Team Champions. Out for those.
Not the former.
Absolutely. You know, I've never been one to complain. I've never been a crybaby. When things don't go my way, I take it. Oh, Doc Graham rolls with the punches. But this has absolutely gone beyond the limits of even my great Job-like patience. You probably don't know about Job. That's come from the Bible, Sullivan. But anyway, they have stolen the belts from me. They've stolen the belts from Wojo. And it's all going to be set straight October 5th. I'm going to tell you something. Sunday, October 5th at the Sofitel, the Bulldog and I are going to get in that ring, and we're going to fight like we've never fought before. We're going to put those guys out of wrestling. Wojo's going to fight like he's never fought before. Rechsteiner, you're a lucky little sniveling little punk. I hate you Joe College types anyway.
It's Sunday, October the 5th. Tickets to the Miller Country Store, the lobby of the Hotel Sofitel, and at all Shed locations. 8 o'clock, free parking at the Vistula Garage downtown. Don't miss it.
I'd like to welcome you fans to a special edition of Graham's Gallery brought to you by Miller's Beer and Miller Lite. And with us today, we have a very special guest outside the world of professional wrestling. I'd like to introduce, formerly of the Oakland Raiders, now with the Miller Lite beer commercials, the great Ben Davidson. Ben, it's a real pleasure having you on Graham's Gallery.
Thank you, Dr. Graham.
You know, I'm really amazed looking over your biography sheet here. Everybody knows what a great football player you were. And it says here that you never began playing football until you reached college. You never played any high school ball at all.
Well, I ran track and played basketball in high school, and I always thought I could play football, and just never got around to it till I started college. And,
well, I think that's tremendous. It's not unlike my athletic career. Of course, I took off much earlier than junior high school. Now, I also see you lettered twice in wrestling. Apparently, a lot of people don't know that you were a pretty accomplished wrestler. You were in the Olympic tryouts, you told me.
Well, I won the Northwest Olympic trials in 1960, and then, of course, got to go to the national trials in Ames, Iowa, and unfortunately, I got eliminated quickly there, but
But at least you were there.
I was there.
It's better to have wrestled and lost than to have played basketball, as they say. Now, what I would like to know, Ben, I noticed that you were in the movie Conan the Barbarian, and were you aware of the fact that I was originally offered the role of Conan? Were you aware of that fact?
No, not at all.
Absolutely, yes. I was asking too much money, though, and they had to settle for Arnold Schwarzenegger as their second pick.
That might have been you in the wedding last month instead of Mr. Schwarzenegger.
I don't need to marry for money. I have my own money, but we don't have to go into that. Now, one thing I'd really like to ask you, I'm sure a lot of the fans out there are thinking this, if you were a great wrestler, which you were in the amateurs, why did you choose professional football over professional wrestling? Why didn't you ever try your hand at professional wrestling?
Well, football was easier.
Easier. Here's a point I want to make. Easier. Football was easier. You know, I've been involved with a lot of football players that tried to become professional wrestlers, and they couldn't make it. You know, I think the reason is because when you're out there wrestling, there's no timeouts, there's no going back to the bench with an injury. It's because you got to be tough. And you know something? You know, I managed the great Wojo, and he went all the way in the Olympics. He didn't get eliminated in any Northwestern preliminaries or anything like that. He was a wrestler. You know, I think that maybe the reason you got into NFL football is because you weren't tough enough. I don't think you were tough enough to be a wrestler. In fact, I'll tell you something. I think, in my opinion, I think all NFL football players are a bunch of sissies. And that's exactly what I think. I think that's a sissy. I think that you're a sissy. I think that you had to go to the NFL because you weren't tough enough to be a professional wrestler. You weren't tough enough to be a wrestler like me, like Wojo, like Bulldog Don Kent, and people of my ilk. And I think that that's my opinion, and I'm going to stand by it. I don't know if you have any comments on that. You like being called a sissy on national television?
What are you, nuts, man? I'm a dignified person. I came here to be on your program, and I was Super Bowl and all that, and I come here to be on your program, and you treat me like this. I'll tell you what, pal. I'm gone, but I'll see you in the parking lot if you want to come, and I'll see you later.
Well, it's a good thing. Did you see the way?
Way to go.
Did you see the way I ran him out of here? You know, another second, I'd have punched his lights out because I just proved a point. I proved a point. I ran Ben Davidson off of Graham's Gallery because he didn't have the guts to fight me. He didn't have the guts to fight me, and he was never going to have the guts to fight me because I'm Dr. Graham, and I've got the great Wojo. He was terrified. Was he terrified?
He ran away. He was scared to death. There's no doubt about it.
Let's go get a Miller's
I can tell
beer.
you weren't playing around this time. You're going to give him a good beating.
Let me buy you a Miller's, Wojo. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, after what happened very recently right here in this television program in that classic tag team battle for the tag team championship in the lumberjack match between Chris Carter and Calypso Jim against Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent, we want to take an opportunity on our classic segment right now to take one more look at it. With the lumberjacks surrounding the ring, Carter and Calypso Jim right now to face Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent.
Kent right there with the knee into the back of Chris Carter as he was about to bounce off of those ropes. And Carter head first into the boot of the Bulldog. The tag is on. Here comes Bulldog Don Kent. Carter trying to get to his corner to make the tag off to Calypso Jim. Kent will do his best to prevent that. Laid a brutal forearm. A second one in on Carter. Referee orders Kent to let him out of the corner. There's the tag now. Graham takes over on Chris Carter. And Carter tossed out of the ring. And you were right, Bruiser. They tossed Carter right out into enemy territory, and now we've got, look at this. Graham now throws Carter out on the other side, and here they go again. The Lumberjacks throw Carter back in. Oh,
This is real Bruiser Bedlam, Terry.
oh, you aren't kidding. What an exciting match it is. Everybody's up for this one.
It's just like I said.
Right through the legs of Kent goes Carter. A second time he does it. Trying to get to his tag team partner, and he does. Calypso Jim tagged in, headbutt on the Bulldog. A second time. And a big scoop body slam.
Oh, what's he going to do? Oh.
Graham thought about coming in and thought better of it real quick. And another big body slam from Calypso Jim on the Bulldog. Down he goes, halfway across the ring. Here comes Graham, and he gets the same treatment. Look at Graham bailing out. Those Lumberjacks, Wojo is right over there. Now he's going to make sure that Graham gets his time.
That's why they choose sides.
We're going to have some Lumberjacks going at it before too long here. I saw Saad shove somebody.
That's a dangerous part of this kind of a match. You finally choose sides on the outside. You have another match going on the floor.
Well, I hope you fans got to see the last time that these four wrestled here in this arena. They almost literally destroyed the place, upended the entire concession stand, fought all over the arena. And now to keep all four of them into the ring in some semblance. Look at Graham, turned his back on the tag. I've seen him do this before, and I'm surprised the Bulldog just doesn't haul off and smack him. Uh-oh, head first. Have some interesting kind of a relationship for Bulldog to put up with that. The Bulldog into the hair of Carter now, trying to ease the pressure on that side. Carter off the ropes. The Bulldog. Head first into the knee. The tag. Here comes the doctor. Carter. Coming in, and the referee is going to try to order. Well, we've got them all four in there now. All four wrestlers going at it. Kent and Carter, Graham and Calypso. And we knew it would be Bedlam, Bruiser, and we've sure got it. Both men whipped over the top. Both men. Kent is. Oh my Lord! What do we have here now?
Two different winners, Terry.
Well, same time, I'm going to... Gary, what do we have here? Obviously. it was a double pin, but one man held up.
Terry, we've determined, Terry, that we've got to
He's got a right hand under the left one.
Can unleash some punishment. Elbow.
That's out. And it's the Prince. Telling him not across the throat. Forearm uppercut by Prince Mohammed. And he's opened up a cut on the cheek of Rick Sampson. That could have been from that knee lift a little bit earlier.
Yeah, he has got a cut on his cheek.
Yeah. The Prince ordering the referee to put the count in, but not as long as you're choking him there, Prince. You're not going to get a count that way. But notice how the Prince takes full advantage of the count there to keep on dishing out the punishment, to keep on throttling him.
That referee is trying his best to contain him.
Oh, he missed with that clothesline.
But he missed it from our angle. I think he did get him.
He may have. He may have. I don't think there's very much left in Sampson anyway, though. Sampson has a foot over that bottom rope. And the Prince has his knee across the throat of Sampson again. He's gotten a lot of mileage with those chokes. The Prince becoming quite upset with the referee and vice versa. The Prince is really trying the patience of referee Al Thomas here. Thomas has had to do very... oh, the Prince missed with that elbow drop. I was wondering how much Sampson had left in him, and he drops down with an elbow.
He got him right in the back of the neck.
And Sampson whips the Prince into the corner, follows up, and he's right there, but the Prince jabbed away there, was able to break that up. And the Prince is on the second rope. He got him with a drop kick.
He got him right in the...
Yeah, right there, lower abdomen. And the Prince climbing the ropes. He's all the way to the top rope. Sampson is dropping, and he caught him with that clothesline. And the referee is in. That's got to be it. 1, 2. That's it.
The Prince had to fight for that victory.
Yes, he did.
It didn't come easy because that Sampson fought him all every second, Terry.
Yes, he did.
face has got several cuts on his cheek. You can see right there.
Might need a little stitch right there in that cheek.
Yeah, his one ear was bleeding the first part of the match.
Well, Prince is definitely another leading contender for that World Heavyweight Championship belt held by Scott Rechsteiner. That poor guy's going to have some sleepless nights if that type of thing gets to him.
And here he goes from that high position.
Right up to the top rope. Look at Sampson. Pretty groggy.
Watch him.
Oh. Just imagine 300 pounds behind that clothesline. And that was it. Referee Al Thomas puts in the count. But as you mentioned, Prince Mama Muhammad had to fight every inch of the way to gain that victory. There it is. Prince Mama Muhammad pulls out another one. Tag team action, fans. It's coming up. Stay with us.
Your next match, ladies and gentlemen, is a tag team match. One fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from parts unknown, he weighs in at 245 pounds, Mr. X. And his tag team partner from the USSR, he weighs in at 235 pounds. He is the Mad Russian, Igor Zatkoff. And their opponents making their way to the ring from Kingston, Jamaica, weighing 240 pounds, Calypso Jim, and his tag team partner from the Motor City, USA, he weighs 241 pounds, Chris Carter.
There they are, the dream team, Chris Carter and Calypso Jim.
You notice the Calypso Jim has his beads back on?
Yeah, he does. I'm glad to see that. His hair's growing back after that little barber action by Graham and his army.
Right. I think when we saw that terrific thing where they had to split the decision, they held up the belts. Yeah. We didn't really say anything, but Calypso had his beads on then. For the first time in months.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I mentioned it to him. He's very proud of that. Very happy to have those things back.
I think maybe that gave him the impetus to get out there and really beat those guys.
Yeah. Well, a nice move by Calypso Jim on Dr. X, a gentleman who certainly gets around the world of wrestling. They lock up again. Calypso Jim.
Yeah.
Little go behind there, and elbow smash right into the shoulder. And look at the way he's got that arm twisted. He grabs himself got himself an arm bar now as he tags off to Chris Carter. Carter takes in and takes over on Dr. X. Double drop kick. Beautiful action.
They actually knocked his head off on that, Terry.
I guess so.
Both those guys weigh about 240, and they hit him with every pound.
Carter with a side headlock on Dr. X now makes the tag off to Calypso Jim. Working on an arm again. Great teamwork here. The referee putting in the count. They've got a 5 count to get Carter out of the ring, and a good tag team combination will take full advantage of that. Little double teaming, bending the rules, but not really breaking them because they do have that 5 count to get out.
Jim hit him with a headbutt right in his arm that time.
Calypso Jim with the armbar on Dr. X has him down to the mat. And look at that knee coming down right into the shoulder. Oh, you talk about pain. That Dr. X, even through the mask, you can see the grimace on his face. Calypso tags off. The Spirit of America takes over. The master of the sleeper hold. Carter in now. Double elbow. Of course, the tag team belts, as you mentioned, Bruiser, held up. There are no champions now. It's all even Steven, pending the outcome of the return match. Great suplex by Carter in for the count. Now Zatkoff comes in, though. That broke things up. Still waiting as we talk to you now, the outcome of that match between the former champions, Kent and Graham, against Carter and Calypso Jim. What an elbow smash.
Yeah, these guys are turning into real tough guys.
The fans really getting to Zatkoff with that chant of USA, USA.
It might be a little different with this guy.
Zatkoff, we know about his reputation. He has earned the reputation he has. Over the top goes Carter. Ooh, almost landed head first.
Yeah, he's tough.
Big back body drop there. Could have been trouble for Carter. Whip off the ropes over the top again. This time a leapfrog. Carter's right there with a body slam. Zatkoff sure didn't expect that. And Carter's on fire. Right over. Oh, that's using Calypso's head. Calypso hauls off forearm right into the side of the head. A couple of them into Zatkoff. Off the ropes goes the Russian and over the top. Back body drop. And in for the count. Only to one, though. Zatkoff's going to be a hard man to beat.
He's a seasoned veteran, that's all, Terry.
That's a good description. Oh, what an elbow.
I think he's really seasoned now.
I guess so.
You might say he's head over heels in love with it.
At least head over heels. Off the ropes goes Calypso. Jim, the collision. The Russian is down. Jim's on the run again. Down goes the Russian a second time. And Jim is right there.
I'm not counting that Russian out yet.
Zatkoff going for the hair. He whips Calypso Jim off. And Jim caught him. Interesting hold there. He's got the body scissors on him now and the headlock at the same time.
Off the chest. No.
Right into the ropes now. Referee ordering the break. That's one way to break him. Referee using his foot got Zatkoff's hand off the ropes. Yes, sir. The crowd, there you see him. They love what they're seeing here. A couple of their all-time favorites in action, Calypso Jim and Chris Carter. And they deserve the admiration of the fans. They've earned that.
This is non-stop action, Terry.
Oh, I'll tell you, Bruiser Bedlam at its best. This team is literally on fire now in their quest to get into tip-top shape for their rematch with Bulldog Don Kent and Jerry Graham. So the winner goes the championship. Calypso tagged in. Carter whips Dr. X off the ropes. Carter is right there with a big power slam. In for the count. Zatkoff being kept out by Carter, and the 3 count goes in. Boy, these guys have it all together.
They're tough. They've got that victory feeling now.
Boy, they sure do. They've got the momentum. They've got the fire.
That's all it takes. Once you get to that apex in your career, it's easy to go on from there. You just feel it.
These guys continue to work out as a team, continue to get better and better, and we have a little dissension on the other side of the ring from the other team here. Zatkoff just turns his back after a couple of shoves on Dr. X. But there you have it. The victors and perhaps the next World Tag Team Champions, Calypso Jim and Chris Carter.
I don't have to tell you to watch yourself this time, Terry. These guys are nice guys. They're gentlemen, in and out of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you now the victors of this match and possibly the next World Tag Team Champions, Chris Carter and Calypso Jim. As I know, you guys got to be on pins and needles awaiting the rematch with Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent.
Yes, man, I am. I'm really on pins and needles, man, because now I know we got Dr. Jerry and Chris Carter now, and Bulldog Don Kent right where we want them, man. We got them running scared. They weren't. We got a new champion, world's heavyweight champion, man. And Chris and I, we got these guys, we got the belts tied up. We got the job half done, man. When we come back again, you can bet Chris and I, my good partner, we're going to have the job done, man.
Well, Chris, I know you guys had a tough match here, a great victory, but as the Bruiser and I were commenting on during the match, you guys, we've never seen you better. You got the fire, you got the momentum, you're on a roll.
Terry, I'll tell you, we're feeling great. And the reason we're feeling great is because of the great fans in the WWA, Terry. You know, we may not have won the war, but we've won many battles. We're halfway there. There's no tag team champions. The belts are held up, and I feel awful, awful good, baby.
You feel awful, awful confident too, Calypso?
Yes, man. The only thing we got to do now, Chris and I, is watch our backs, man, going to the parking lot. We got to watch our backs when we walk our restaurant, and also when we come to the arena, because that Dr. Jerry Graham and Bulldog Don Kent, man, they'll drop to anything to get us back. So we're going to be on our pins and needles, because we're going to be the new WWA champion, man. We worked hard in Jamaica, and I come back with Carter for 4 weeks, and we worked here in Detroit, in the Motor City, where all the good fans at, man. We're here to take the belts for the people, not for ourselves, man.
Well, many times before we've seen the ex-champions get themselves disqualified to maintain that title. There won't be any of that. It's all even up, as you say. And ladies and gentlemen, I know you can't wait as I can to see that return match between the champions for the belts. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us.
Baby. That's what happens last month.
Miller Beer brings you all the great stars of Bruiser Bedlam on Sunday night, October the 5th at the Hotel Sofitel. Action time is 8 o'clock, and what a lineup of stars we have for you, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to see the return match for the World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. Scott Recksteiner, the young gentleman who's captured the imagination of wrestling fans throughout the world in his stunning upset victory over the great Wojo just recently. Now, in all title matches, there is a clause for a return match should the champion lose, so you will see that return bout at the Hotel Sofitel October the 5th. Another return match, a match which will decide the vacant World Tag Team Championship. You saw also here on television what happened the last time these two teams met. The Spirit of America, Chris Carter, and Calypso Jim will be facing Bulldog Don Kent and Dr. Jerry Graham. As you know, there are no tag team champions at this point in time. The match on Sunday, October the 5th, will determine once and for all the World Tag Team Wrestling Champions. Also in that program, Prince Mama Mohammed will be facing Man Mountain Tyler. Cowboy Rex Bodie takes on Igor Zatkoff, the Mad Russian. It'll be the Lebanese freedom fighter Mohammed Jihad Saad against Rick Sampson. Tickets available in advance at the Hotel Sofitel lobby, the Miller Country Store, and at all Shed locations. A reminder, there is plenty of free parking in the Vistula Garage downtown at the corner of Summit and Cherry. Now, one of the main event matches we have not mentioned up until this point in time involves this man, the Polynesian Wildman from the South Sea Islands, against El Bracero, the Superfly. Both of you gentlemen, masters of that Superfly, and that's the only way the bout can be won.
There's no competition. Only one Superfly. Only the Polynesian Wildman. That's only one. But let me tell you, Taco Bell. Taco, I'm going to hurt you. And I don't like all the Mexican people. I want all the Mexican people come down to the hotel and see the superstar. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you.
The only way it can be won is with a Superfly. Sunday, October 5th,
Only
Hotel
one
Sofitel.
Only one. When I told you Bruiser Bedlam is tough, you've seen how tough it is. The Moose, all the rest of these big wrestlers, they're tough.
Well, you managed to sign some of the greats week after week after week, and certainly we had some of the biggest today. Yukon Moose Cholak against Killer Kotch in the opener battle of the super heavyweights. The Polynesian Wildman, just as wild as ever, Prince Mama Mohammed, along with that great tag team battle, Calypso Jim and Chris Carter. What a great tag team combination they make. And thrills galore as they met Igor Zatkoff and Crazy Dan.
I'll tell you, anytime you get Calypso Jim and Chris Carter together, you've got the two most scientific wrestlers in the world. Anything can happen. They go from post to post, from rope to rope. They're the greatest, and you know it, Terry, and I think these guys are the greatest.
This has been a presentation of Bedlam Productions Incorporated in association with All-Star Championship Wrestling Incorporated.